Hello there, every pony. This is PotterBrony, and welcome to my review of My Little Pony the movie. The 1982 version, right? No? Was it 82? Oh, 2017. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, so, firstly, before I get into my review of it and everything that I want to talk about, this is going to be mostly ad-libbed. I have a basic idea as to what I want to talk about in here, but sometimes it gets lost when it comes out here. So I may sound a little bit rambly, but, you know, that's that's just the way I do things. So, before I get into it, I'm going to say the structure of this is going to be the first half-ish is going to be spoiler-free. So I'm going to talk about my thoughts without any kind of plot points, not that kind of plot, you sickos. Sorry, bad joke. But you know what I mean. Without any kind of spoiler thing at all. Then I'll let you know when I'm going to get into spoiler territory, particularly my favorite scenes, what I really liked about key pieces of dialogue, that type of thing. Yeah, so I'll let you know when that's going to happen so that you're not just launched into, hey, this and this happened. So, yeah, not going to do any of that until the second half of this video. Okay, firstly, I saw the movie last night. I'm going to be seeing it again tonight. Last night being Thursday, tonight being Friday of the release weekend. And my experience in seeing this movie can be summed up in one word: disappointing. No, not the movie. The movie was not disappointing. The movie was fantastic. The turnout was disappointing. 7. That's right. 7 people in the theater, including myself. 3 bronies, me being one of them, and a family of 4. That's it. That's all who was in the movie theater. And I really wanted to see this movie as part of a crowd. You know, I wanted to see it as more than a crowd of 7. Which is one thing if you're sitting at home and you got a bunch of friends over and you're watching a movie there. That's one thing. But when you're spread out in this big-ass movie theater, there's no crowd feeling there. There's no camaraderie. There's no type of thing that people go to movies for, to be part of it, to experience it. That's why I go. Now, it's one thing is people being disruptive or that type of thing, but people laughing, clapping, enjoying themselves is quite another. There was none of that. There was one guy who sat in front of me who started laughing at one point and then quickly stifled himself because it just rang out in silence aside from the movie itself. And it was awkward and horrible, and I wish there were more people there. Hopefully you didn't experience that type of thing. Hopefully you all enjoyed your viewing of the movie, and I hope to enjoy tonight's viewing of the movie, which, according to the website, already has more than half the seats booked in the theater. So that's going to be a bit better, rather than 7 out of however many seats there were. At least 50 people there now. So hopefully there's going to be a little bit more feeling in watching the movie tonight. So yeah. What can I say about this movie, though? Movie was fantastic. The animation was beautiful, as you've all seen in the trailers. The music, as always, wonderful. Daniel Ingram really blew this one out of the park. I'm sure if you've listened to the soundtrack, as I have, holy crap. The characters are very within characters. Like, the new characters that were introduced are good. I liked all the characters. The acting, everything was really well done. So yeah, this was exactly the movie that I had hoped it would be. Exactly the movie that it needs to be for this fandom. Maybe not so much easy for people who don't know. Like, it wouldn't be that easy for people who don't know anything about the show to just go and watch. You're just going to be like, what the hell is happening right now? Because the characters are already established and people know them and people love them, and you just get thrown right into it. That's not really a spoiler, is it? But you just get thrown right into it, and what's people who don't know the storylines are probably not going to like it as much. But for fans of the show, bronies, and kids that watch a show, they're going to love it. This movie is freaking fantastic. So, yeah. That's really all I can say that's not spoilery. You know. Disappointing viewing last night. Tonight hopefully will be better. Animation, music, action, everything was great. I loved it. So now to get on to the spoilery part of my video. There are a couple things that I wanted to talk about. Just a couple little things I wanted to put out there. Now, anybody who is a Starlight fan and wishes for more and more of her will be slightly disappointed in this. Anyone who's a Discord fan will be disappointed in this, because Starlight makes, I think, just a couple of appearances, no speaking. Same with the CMC. I think Apple Bloom had a little bit, but I think that was singing. Discord makes an appearance as a balloon and as a silhouette, and that's it. No John Delancey, no CMC, no Starlight. They're all relegated to background pony status at this point. It really focuses on the main six, which is great. I personally prefer that's what the movie should be. It's about those six, and Spike, of course. He's always there too. But yeah, as you can all tell through the trailers and everything, Tempest attacks for the Storm King. The whole point is that they need the 4 alicorns' power that would go into the Storm King's staff and grant him all of their magic. Very typical villain motivation. Now Tempest, though. Tempest was the real villain of this movie. I will say that. The Storm King, while Liev Schreiber's, is that how you pronounce his name? His performance was really good. I'm not gonna deny him credit in that. The Storm King was made to look intimidating, but he's not, like, at all, to me, intimidating. He comes off as just a little bit too childish. Now, there's one thing is, like, if you have a scary big child throwing a tantrum that can destroy everything, but he just doesn't give that feeling off. It's not like a Discord. He doesn't have Discord's intellect or cunning. He has kind of his sense of humor, which is nice, but not quite. He does come off as lacking. I'm not sure what made his army fear him to follow him, whether he just pays them well or something, I don't know. But he's not, to me, intimidating at all. He doesn't even really seem to have any kind of power until he gets his staff charged up, and now he has the magic of the 4 alicorns. So yeah, he doesn't really come off as a good villain. He's like this ominous presence in the background. You don't know what he could do. It's like, but then when you see him, it's just like, meh. Really, unfortunately, disappointing in that respect. But Tempest, now that was a good villain. They of course reformed her. But they killed the fucking Storm King. They killed the Storm King. Yeah, when they turned him to Crystal, his little orb thing that he was throwing at the ponies backfired, got thrown back at him, and then he fell off the balcony and shattered into 1,000 pieces. Yeah, they straight up killed that guy. He's dead. For kids. Yeah, sometimes you see stuff like that and you wonder if these ponies are a little teensy bit racist. Because they straight up killed the Storm King. But Tempest, they gave another chance. And Twilight said, Twilight was shocked that she was acting that way is because she's a pony. So she's, and that's another thing I have to get into, is Twilight's behavior throughout this movie. You can see her getting more and more frustrated with her friends, as her friends give others the benefit of the doubt and he keeps biting them in the ass. Until eventually it drives Twilight to betray them, use her friends to distract the hippocampi, or hippogriffs, basically distract Princess Skystar to steal what she would need in order to defeat the Storm King and Tempest. Which of course bit her in the ass and lost her friend's trust for a little bit until they rallied, and you know how it goes. I know I'm kind of all over the place with this movie, but those are the points I wanted to point out. Twilight was kind of disappointing when she used her friends as a distraction to try to steal the thing. I was like, oh, Twilight, no, why? But I can see why she did it, mainly because you have to move the plot along, but also because she never really trusted Capper. And the thing is, like, but then her friends did, and Capper did have useful information, until he turned around and tried to sell them. Yeah, straight up tried to sell them to like a zoo or something. I don't know who that guy was. Yeah, that was before he started to receive some kindness from them, specifically, you know, Rarity showing her generosity and fixing up his wardrobe a little bit. But yeah, the characters in the movie, they all stay true to character. Really love them. It's like one part that really got me, that I really, really liked, was when they were on the pirate ship and they were about to be thrown overboard. They had the plank prepped and everything, and then the clock struck 12 and it was lunchtime, so they have to go on break, and they're sitting there eating. The ponies are sitting at the table too. Rainbow Dash just doesn't get it. She straight up says, "You were just about to throw us off the ship, and now you're stopping for lunch?" And at that point is the thing that gets me, is this right here. If you can see it, this is the one frame I'm going to show of it. If you can see this, this is Twilight's "shut your fucking mouth right now" face. Sorry for the language. It's just that face freaking got me. It was it was perfect. It was like, shut up now. What are you doing? Why are you saying this? That was freaking fantastic. I love that. But yeah, everything about the movie, they traveled through, met people, things kept falling apart. They kept being chased. Her friends kept trusting others the wrong way. And Twilight had said, "It's not Equestria. You can't do that kind of stuff out here," which kind of, unfortunately, gives me the idea that it was just a easy bit of racism in there. Kind of. She from the start didn't want to trust Capper, but then yeah, he did seem a bit shady, and he did try to sell them, so that was an issue there. He turned out fine in the end. She didn't think she could trust the pirates to not give them up, so she ditched them before they could, if they even would. I don't know. Capper did try to cover for them after he realized his mistake. But Twilight didn't see any of this. And then and then she betrayed the hippogriffs / hippocampi hospitality before they even had a chance to help them. So you see Twilight losing faith in the people as they throw and it was an interesting arc for her character. And unfortunately, when she snaps at her friends, it creates that division that when they finally realize, of course, you know how it goes, they realize how they have to help each other, stick together. Little argument, little difference of opinion shouldn't mean anything in light of their friendship, obviously. Yeah. I don't really know what else to say, to be honest. I've just been rambling, just pulling this stuff off the top of my head. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It was fantastic. And I have no issue with the fact that, yeah, I'm seeing it multiple times in theaters. So make sure that you support the official release. Make sure you see it in theaters. You have to see it. I definitely recommend it, even though my first viewing was a little disappointing. Hopefully it'll be better with tonight. Like I said. So yeah. I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening to my ramble. And I'm going to end this one here. Until next time. Take care. Bye.